He's not a guy who shows a lot of pain or emotion, so obviously we heard him yell. I'm sure you heard it. What was that like?
It just shows you that guy, he was in an extreme amount of pain, man. It was a tough play. A guy dove for a loose ball, kind of, took his leg off from up under him. We really didn't feel like, it was one of those basketball type plays, but he hurt on there. It was definitely a tough situation and one of the ones that we were, not accustomed to seeing Bron in, but like I said, this guy's a pro, man. I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to set him back too much. But, he is human, man. So, he has to go through his protocols just like, everybody else who will get hurt.
Trez, when you say you don't feel like it was a basketball type play, what do you mean by that?
Just an instance right there, man. I don't know if we could, just really just let that just be like one of those things where he could die for a loose ball. I really don't feel like it was one of those loose ball plays. And, he had to go through his leg to get the ball, man. He was turned sideways. The ball was behind him. You're jumping at an angle going across this way. I don't know how you feel that's just a loose ball to go out there, loose ball. But, like I said, it's neither here nor there, man. I don't think it's one of those plays that, he tried to do it, but at the end of the day, it's still one of those things I feel like you have to look at because it was a crucial point in the game. He still hit a big-time three in the corner the next play, but at the end of the day, man, those are things you got to look at, man. I feel like, we're quick to go look at it when the guy's shooting a three, so why can't we look at it in that instance right there? So that's all I'm saying about that.
Kyle?
Trez, Frank was saying how tough it was in the middle of the game to kind of adjust losing LeBron. What was that like for you and the rest of the guys who were still on the floor? And how confident are you if you have to play without LeBron tomorrow that you can, be better and more complete against the Suns?
It's one of those things that happen, man. It's one of those uncertainties that we got to deal with, just like anything else that's been happening in this year. And we've already played a game without LeBron. We took Sacramento to a tough game and came down to one of those last second shots to where we ended up losing it. But we've proven that we can do those type of things. And I just feel like what guys see in the instance and seeing that we're back in that position again, it's going to come another task to where it's one of those step up moments, man. So we've been in that situation before, and it's all about responding from it, really.
Back to Dan. Chris, you said that, LeBron's human. I think sometimes we forget that, especially when it comes to his ankles.
Right.
We've seen him all year kind of roll an ankle, and then he's okay. What did you first think when he was able to stay in the game?
He's just one of these guys, man, who's a pro, man. He takes care of his body to an extreme amount, man. He's one of these guys that, he has all the, high-tier recovery gear. He eats, sleeps, and prepares his body right, man. He's the first one in this arena on game days, first one in the facility on practice days, man. So he's a guy who's been doing it for a numerous amount of years. And like you said, man, we do forget that he's human sometimes, man. So to see him actually take a blow like that and actually be in a lot of pain, man, just, set us back and remind us that, he still has to, go through the same protocols as we all do if it's a big enough injury. But at the same time, he's still different, man. He's one of these guys that takes the little nicks and bumps, and it doesn't really set him back as long as it does other guys. So, we just have to wait and see.
Mike Trudell?
Hey, Trez, just wanted to ask about the balance for you of kind of screen roll and when you're catching and rolling versus the post-ups. So it seemed like you had more post-ups, and tonight it's been screen roll lately. How is that balance playing out for you with Coach Vogel?
I just do what I'm asked, man, at the end of the day, man. I know what I can do as a player. I know how hard I work on my game, man. So, honestly, just whenever coach or, whatever the situation, comes for me to do in that aspect, whether it's screening and rolling or, getting out on the post and being able to create to, score an offensive bucket or create my team, man, that's what I do. I don't really know if I can, answer any differently than that. I don't try to, pinpoint to do one or the other when it comes into the gameplay. It's just one of those things that flow.
All right, the last question, please. Let's go to Leonardo.
Hi, Trez. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Trez, with LeBron's possible absence for the next game, who should be the leader of the team?
Honestly, man, just because a person gets hurt or just because he isn't going to be out there maybe physically on the floor with us, that don't mean it changes the leadership of our locker room. AD hasn't been on the floor for us for a numerous amount of games, and you still see him on the sideline, still communicating, breaking down film with guys, multiple different things, man. So our leadership doesn't change in the locker room just because one guy gets hurt or is not in the